Yo. We back at it again. Live from the motherfucking gutter, man.
What's happening?
Man, I got a special guest, man. Special one, man. So a lot of people know y'all. Y'all probably know this, man. He probably took care of some of y'all birthday parties. Bachelor parties, divorce parties, all kind of parties, man.
There's a lot of parties over here.
But I brought him on because he got a lot to talk more than about parties and different things, especially a lot of different things he got going on in the community. His different outlook on different things. So I want to bring this brother on. So the point of the podcast, my bad, let me get my mic, y'all. The point of the podcast, Gideon, it's called Live from the Gutter. So Live from the Gutter, a lot of people say that, we come from the hood, we come from the gutter, but I want to show people that we live, we popping, we still doing good, and we can make it out of anything. So we really live from the gutter, we popping, and we live from the gutter. So that's kind of the point of this podcast, Gideon, man. I want to open the podcast up, man, and kind of just let the people kind of get to know you a little bit. Kind of tell the people a little bit about your upbringing, like what school you grew up, what school you went to, like what middle school you went to. Some Milwaukee stuff, yeah. We live from the gutter.
I went to Riverside. I'm Get Money. They call me Get Money. I'm Gideon Webb.
Gideon Get Money. Y'all heard that? Cold nigga.
People named me that. That was the people who gave me that. But I went to Riverside High School, man. I'm a Tiger for life. You know what I'm saying? 98.
You from Milwaukee?
Yeah, I'm from the mill, born and raised. East Side, Palmer, Meineke. Bluffing, Meineke.
East Side.
Yeah,
East Side boy.
Baby.
So grew up on the East Side, went to school on the East Side. Yeah. You walked to school or you caught the bus or?
Back in the day, man. Sometimes we walked to school when we got a little older and we got into mischief. We walked to school, but
I know y'all East Side niggas.
22, we catch that 22, that Center Street all the way to Riverside.
I don't know, man. Y'all East Side niggas, y'all known for peeling cars up, man. Y'all the Pilly crew on the East Side, man. Shout out Tony Neal, man. Another person we shot out on the first episode, man. Check that first episode out. Definitely talked about DJ Tony Neal.
It was rough on the East Side back in the day growing up, man. I mean, I grew up in a time of like East Side Mafiosos, Buffalo County, all that street hood stuff was going on back in the day, and it was more banging back then. Now it's definitely like you know how it is. You live here now. It's more money and respect, but back then it was it was definitely some banging going on. It was hat flipping. It was set claiming. It was a different time for real.
It was a different time, man. I don't know if you recall this, but when I was growing up, I had an OG that I was like, shout out to my boy DeAndre. His pops checked me when he seen me and my guys shaking up folks. So he seen us shaking up G back in the day. He was an old Hillside gangster. Fuck y'all young niggas doing? Y'all shaking up G. You know what the fuck you doing? So I think that's kind of what's missing. Like, ain't nobody checking these people on set tripping and stuff like that. So,
in my opinion, what's missing too is just that transfer from the one
generation
to the next generation on how to do things. You know what I mean? Like, I blame a lot of the stuff that's going on actually our generation because we didn't do a good job passing. I definitely.
That's interesting.
But you know what I'm saying? As a whole, I think we could have passed our lessons on, and we kind of just let them run wild. And now, we dealing with what we dealing with.
That's interesting, man.
That's a different perspective, man. But I've always been about positivity in anything I do. So
that's what's up.
Whether it was coming from the gutter to what I say from the dirty streets to the executive suites, or from a money box to a savings account. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything got to be positive for me. It's got to be positive.
Sleep better at night.
Yeah, and I believe in karma. I believe in the universe. I believe in good energy. And if it ain't good energy, I'm moving around.
Man.
So, I mean, and this is good energy right here. You know what I mean? That's why I'm happy to do this. And then shout out to the Freight 38.
Shout out Freight 38 for having us.
New Thursday night over here.
Hey, so Thursday night, we got ladies night at Freight 38 on First and National, right off of First and National, duh. Right across from Texas J. It's on the Kitty Court of Texas J. Y'all know the strip club, man. Little booty strip club.
I try to blend a lot of different music. I've been playing music all my life. I used to have a radio show in college out of UW Whitewater. That's where I went to college.
Shout out Whitewater.
I had a hip hop radio show with, I don't know if you know JB Fresh.
Yeah, of course.
We had a hip hop radio show for about 4 years in college called The Session. And, that's where we just,
So you was kind of on music and podcasting radio real early, man. Real early. You was ahead of your time.
I was YouTubing before YouTube. I was vlogging before vlogging was a thing.
Man, we're going to touch on that too, man. You the vlogging king, man. I want to say, I set up and watch you.
Say it again? No.
Man, he one of the underrated vlogging kings, man. I set up and watch him and his wife. Yeah, you and wifey, when y'all travel vlogs, I definitely watch them. Trust me, like, straight up, I definitely watch them.
That's the struggle, man, on the content creation stuff, and with everything I'm already doing, people don't know this. It's hard to sit around and talk to the camera,
man,
really entertain people. But then the really hard part is editing it, putting it all together.
I'm a one-man band trying to figure it out. So, hey, I know y'all see my first couple episodes. Some audio a little shake. I got 2 mics now, so I fixed that problem. You know what I mean? Hey, long as a brick a day and make a mansion one day. So, as long as we keep building, man, we're gonna eventually get there.
That's the process.
So your family, are y'all originally from Milwaukee? I know a lot of people migrate here, or was y'all born here?
Back, my family probably from Arkansas. You know what I mean?
Okay.
My other family, I'm Latino and Black, so my family.
Puerto Rican, Mexican.
Mexican.
Okay.
And so my people all over, but yeah, mainly in Milwaukee. My mom's and pops from Milwaukee. My mom's from Arkansas, Thornton, Arkansas. Let me take that back.
Okay.
My pops from Milwaukee, but we was raised here. You know what I mean? We put in work here. I've been doing events since I was like 13, fam.
Man, house parties
and club parties. My mom used to own a club. We used to do a battle Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. My mom would let us take the liquor out the bar and then turn it into an all-age spot.
Wow,
and
that's dope.
The Grace came through. Baby Drew, Do It to Death. We used to do battles. We used to do percolator battles. Anybody that's East Side and real East Side, like
they
back
know.
In the days when people scared to come to East Side, they know. We was doing them events at Sweet Black Coffee, the Verbal Combats, and just anything, we could put our hands on. I started my company, Guerrilla Promotions, with my brothers, basically with a scanner and a computer. You know what I mean? And in a time when nobody had a scanner, nobody had a digital camera. And not to brag, because it's actually sad that people didn't have access to that shit because it was out there. But I had access to it because I used to work at a computer store, and so I would bring that stuff home and I would work on it and I would learn it and I would build it, and that's how I built my company. You know what I mean? Off of just working, buying equipment, building it up, but literally, starting off doing flyers, business cards, marketing promotion for small businesses into a network promotion marketing company.
So you kind of rode into, what I was going to ask you next, man, like the promotion thing, because like you said, you've been doing this for a long time, and you actually educated me on, you've been doing this since you was 13. So, like as a kid, because I remember things as a 13-year-old that I did that I still use them today. So like, what was the switch for you to be like, okay, I can get these group of people together and they could come. If I get 50 a head, I could charge 5 a head, and 5 a head to be like this. And
I don't know.
Was it like that, or was it how? What?
Some good brothers. My brothers kind of set the example for me. They was doing it before I was. BMP.
Was these blood brothers or big bros? Okay.
Blood brothers.
Okay.
Taste MCs, Boot Camp, BMP, some of the pioneer Milwaukee hip hop artists. They was doing warehouse parties and underground parties and concerts. And I just was a young dude sitting back and watching. When I got the opportunity, thank God for my mom and other people, I just took the opportunity in order to, turn it into a business. I think we used to charge $3 a head. And on that first night, it was like, bing, bing.
Yeah.
I was always an entrepreneur. I had a lemonade stand early. My mom's an entrepreneur. She put us on that early. You feel me? The lemonade stand definitely opened the doors as far as like,
I can curate this and make this and make that. Yep.
Straight up. And I got a blog out there on the internet called The Lemonade Stand. You can search Gideon-S1e5, The Lemonade Stand, and it's basically tips and tools for entrepreneurs. I also have a podcast, Gideon-S1e5.com. It's
I'm gonna have to come on there, man. Hopefully,
talk to people. Yeah, I love to interview you and get some content, because that's all I'm doing right now. I'm trying to build content, trying to tighten my network, trying to tighten the market. My ladies, I'm sorry I'm talking, bro. I'm just
this is what we here for.
My lady's got her apparel company, Barberfy Collection.
How they find it? How can people find it?
Barberfycollection.com.
It's Instagram.
Barberfycollection.com. Just search Barberfy Collection. It's clothing, makeup, accessories, and
literally make you a Barbie.
And the girls are loving it. They're like knocking down the doors to come get these pieces. So I met a good woman, and we built our business, and I'm building her business, building my business. And
that's what it's about, man.
That's what it's about, man. Finding the right person, taking your time with it, and practice makes perfect. Don't be afraid to fail. There's a lot of failure involved in success.
Hey, man, that's a lot of failure involved in success, man. I like that, man. Let me ask you a different question on that. So with the whole party promotion game, any guys ever sweat you about that girl? Like, man, who is this? Because I ain't gonna lie, before I knew who you were, Gideon, and like you said, I know you, like, yeah, you on the promotions, you hustling. But like I said, when I was younger and I wasn't aware who you were, I see alerts from my girl phone at 12 o'clock at night, getting away. I'm like, what's this? And she like, no, look. I'm like, I said, show me what's going on. So she showed me, and you on your promoting, man. I see your birthday coming up. You on it. You was like,
man. I mean, it's all. I think if I look back, I could probably point something out where somebody who's been jealous or thought it was something other than it was. Because I'm
for sure
relentless with it.
For sure.
Promotion. But I think, like you said, when most people look at it and they see it's all positivity, they're like, this dude, he just promoting what he do. And I think that goes to speak a lot, man. Even when it comes to a club, I want people to come in and feel the vibe of positivity. I want people to come in and be themselves and enjoy that vibe. Yeah. They're not gonna get like grilled by security. They're not gonna get like treated any kind of way just because who they are. They're gonna get treated equally, and of course, there's rules, but that vibe starts right at the door when people walk in my events or experiences, as I like to
like that. So do you got any tips for the guys or girls to get in the promotion game? Like if somebody
tips to get in the game, I would say
because
understand that relationships are just as valuable as money in the game. Any relationship.
It's not about who you know, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
And relationships are important. So you might not make some money with a person right away, but you build a relationship, and then all of a sudden they got a club, and you making money with them because they can trust you, and you have that relationship. Secondly, don't be greedy. You know what I mean? It's easy to be greedy. I would say, build you a good team, treat them well. And
now you say a team. What do you have your team aligned by? So do you have, like, for example, do you have somebody doing this? You do this, I do this, so we can be able to get this? Okay.
So I've had model teams, I've had promotion teams, I've had rapper teams, I've had a lot of teams. That's kind of one thing I'm good at is like
team building.
Now what I'm doing is surrounding myself with like-minded entrepreneurs and find a way we can cross-promote our businesses to help each other.
Exactly.
So for instance, one person in my team is my boy CT. We grind hard. He's got his own music. He's a rapper. He's an artist. I filmed his music videos. He does some promotion with me.
All in-house.
Caroline. It's all in-house, right?
Yep.
So he's self-sufficient. He can stand on his own and bring a lot to the table.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And that's what this podcast is all about, man. I want to try to bring out entrepreneurs, bring on like-minded business people so we can be able to collaborate on different things or even introduce people to new ideas that they wasn't even aware about because like I said, coming from the gutter, a lot of people think we slim on opportunities and chances, but even something as a party promoter, a club promoter, or experienced promoter, you showing people different ways or new like to get to different things. So
also, man, and that's all I ever wanted to do really is just help people to figure it out for themselves. You know what I mean? And then offer opportunities like this where we can cross promote things that you're doing because it seems positive, and not only can it help me, but I'm hoping
both people
we can build some relationships.
That's what it's about.
I say, get you on my podcast because what I've always expressed is that Milwaukee hasn't always had a market. We got to build the market.
We got to build the market. Yep. Yeah. And they all come though, because if you look at it, people come to negative stuff about Milwaukee. Like we'll be on World Star, we'll be on Vlad. The news, even the news media. We will be on the negative side, but they never want to show, like you said, the loving side, the positive side of Milwaukee, and that could kind of be somewhat of our detriment, I believe. But it is what it is at the end of the day with that. But like you said, us starting and kind of building our own network and having people come to us now. So we got to realize who we are and have people come to us. You know what I mean?
And that's what it is, bro.
Definitely. So, when you briefly talked about earlier about you and your lady vlog, your traveling vlog, I should say, because you got podcast, vlog, promotion, man. You doing everything, man. On your traveling vlog, especially as a super traveler like you to Miami, just some quick tips that you can give people when they travel down there? Because I know that's your spot. So, just something quick. What you'll tell 5 quick tips? What you'll tell somebody? Travel light.
Unless you got a woman, go on your own first so you can experience it. If you got a woman, bring it with you. Experience it together. If you haven't stayed on the strip, you got to stay on the strip at least for once and do the whole real deal. Get the seafood on the strip.
See, I never stayed on South Beach. I've been to Miami a few times. I never stayed on South Beach.
And then have the romantic fun and the club fun, and just enjoy yourself, man, and don't go to jail, because I heard Miami prisons are rough.
Yeah, they ain't trying to see none of them Haitians in there, man. They ain't trying to see none of them Haitians in there. Man, so kind of switching topics a little bit. Being as a news cameraman, are you a news cameraman? I'm gonna say that.
I am.
Okay, so being as a news cameraman, seeing a lot of different experiences through literally the camera lens. I seen you travel to a lot of different Trump rallies, cover a lot of different news stories. What have your perspective on different things changed since you have been in this occupation right now?
Perspective always changes, but when I put my journalist hat on, I have to be neutral and very I don't know, man. It's easy for me to not pick a side or kid. You feel me? Because I'm here to document it.
Correct.
I really take that serious. Like, it could be, a murder, homicide. It could be a Trump rally. I really take myself and put myself on the outside and don't even have a perspective a lot of times. Because when you have a perspective, you take that perspective home and you drill your mind with it. And in news, it's such a heavy, stressful world. You got to find a way to filter it through where it's not affecting your life. You know what I mean? Something I've been in love with all my life is journalism and news. So I'm blessed to have the opportunity to do it. Trying to encourage young journalists all the time to get involved with it. But yeah, man, I try to detach myself from it mainly. As a journalist for Trump, he can say whatever he wants. It doesn't matter. I'm not there for a critique of it. I'm there to document it. You feel me? And I take that seriously. That's it. That's the way I deal with it. But I honestly got time for one more question. They texted me. They want the music to start in the club. If you don't mind, we can get one more question, and then we can, convene into a longer podcast or another time where I can give you more vibes.
Can I get two in? Can I get two quick ones in? All right, so two quick ones. So your one, I want to talk about your Guns Down Milltown campaign real quick.
Thank you.
So I see you've been campaigning hard around the city about that. Especially, we had a deadly shooting last night, so we have shootings all the time, especially with our own people involved with guns. Tell me a little bit. You want to tell me and the people a little bit about your campaign?
I'm gonna make it simple for y'all, man. The website's gunsdownmilltown.com. It's something that myself and other entrepreneurs created in order to combat the negative messages. That's all it is. It's a public service campaign to promote positivity and to give kids an option. Because the way I look at it, if you make the wrong option these days, it costs you your life. And when I was growing up, we had options. Whether it was corny or not, we had Hang Tough, we had Dare, we had options. And these kids, they ain't got no options right now. I just want to give them an option, man. I want to make putting the guns away cool. I want kids to not feel like you got to have actually drugs or guns or be a stripper in order to be cool. I want to give them an option. So that's what that is. And it's pure. And the money we get goes to young groups and outreach organizations and community groups and stuff like that. And we try to do what we can to help people that are on a positive alignment with what we're doing.
I appreciate that, man. I hope the people appreciate that too, especially being in Milwaukee.
Yeah, get involved. We need help.
Yeah, definitely get involved. So another question I got. So in Milwaukee, if you look at, like you said, you don't look at the lens of, but if you look at Democrats compared to Republicans, especially Democrat-Republican cities, for example. So my question I ask everybody is, why do Black people struggle in Democratic cities compared to Republican cities, such as? Hold on, let me finish. So such as Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, Indiana, Baltimore, Portland, Seattle. All these is Democratic cities compared to Republican cities and states where Black people are moving to, such as Phoenix, Texas, Florida, Tennessee, Georgia. So
this is my unofficial opinion: is there's age-old racism embedded in towns like Milwaukee and Chicago that lasted for years and years and years, even though it's up north and they call it that or whatever. I mean, we're talking about years and years of quote unquote white supremacy. You feel me? And so we got a long way to go. And not to mention, it's a melting pot for poverty, Black male incarceration, teen pregnancy, unemployment, school dropouts. Like, that's a gumbo pot for failure.
Yeah.
So that's a podcast in itself, which I'd love to
definitely we're gonna talk about some more, man.
Some of that, I leave it to God and hope, my people in Milwaukee lift themselves up.
All right, so I hear people coming in. So this is my last question for you, which I ask everybody in the podcast to end the podcast with. Sure. What is something that you know that most people don't know about that they should know about?
That every complaint you make is an insult to God.
Wow, that's powerful.
So every day you wake up and you listen to yourself, if you ever get a chance to listen to how much you complain, consider it an insult to God because you're blessed to be here.
That's powerful, man. That's powerful, man. Hey, man, I've got Gideon Webb here, y'all.
I appreciate you,
man. Definitely, man. And we gotta definitely do this again. Yeah. Definitely do a round two of this, man. I know you're busy right now, so I was a couple minutes late, so I wish I had that time.
You gave him a lot of juice quick, and any way I can help this podcast grow.
For sure, man. You want to tell people how to get in contact with you, how to reach you?
Gideon.com. That's my website. It's 2 B's. Gideon, GIDEONWEBB.com.
Man, perfect, man. Hey, man, that's all I got for you, man. That's live from the gutter, man. Gideon Webb. We gonna see y'all again, man. Peace and love.
Thanks, bro. Love.